Delivering even the worst movie is the result of so much hard graft during production, and while nobody of course sets out to make a bad film, it can so easily happen with a few creative missteps or some major behind the scenes issues. So while a lot of the following movies aren't destined to be bad, they are all undeniably encountering their fair share of roadblocks that are going to stack the deck against them. So let's hope they can pull it off. I'm Josh from WhatCulture.com, and these are 10 upcoming movies that are in big trouble. Number 10, The Flash. On paper, the upcoming Flash solo movie seems like a total slam dunk. I mean, it's a time travel-centric superhero film which will use its multiversal shenanigans to bring both Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck's renditions of Batman into the fold. You can't lose with two Batmen in your movie. As you might be able to tell from that description, this has the potential to be the Spider-Man No Way Home of the DC Extended Universe. But while shooting wrapped many months ago, Warner Bros. Faces a huge PR hurdle with its problematic lead, Ezra Miller. Miller's personal conduct has come under increasing scrutiny in recent months, following a series of physical altercations which led to them being arrested twice in Hawaii within the span of 3 weeks. Given the serious nature of the accusations, Warner Bros.' marketing campaign for the film will be tricky to say the least, perhaps even causing the focus to instead focus on Keaton and Affleck rather than Miller, whose presence alone will shine an unsavory light on the project. Though there were rumors that Warner Bros. Was considering replacing Miller outright, that was speedily debunked, and given the massive costs it would incur to replace the actor, not to mention pushing the oft-delayed project back yet again, it's not really feasible anywhere. The studio is presumably just hoping that Miller will keep a low profile between now and when the movie releases next June, but don't be surprised if this Flash movie puts the focus even more on the multiple Batman actors rather than, the character in the title. Number 9, Star Trek IV. The third entry in the J.J. Abrams-produced Star Trek film, Star Trek Beyond, hit cinemas way back in 2016, yet despite positive reviews, was a box office disappointment, grossing less than either of its predecessors. Since then, Paramount has struggled to get a fourth film off the ground, enough so that there's even a damn Wikipedia page about Star Trek IV's development. The studio has burned through directors and pitches for the next movie, though last summer it did announce that WandaVision director Matt Shakman would be helming the new sequel. Back in February, it was formally confirmed that the main cast members would all be returning too, even though it was later revealed that Paramount had made the announcement before negotiations with the cast had actually started. Yeah, incredible. Further complicating matters is that the script and budget haven't been nailed down yet either, and due to Paramount preemptively announcing the cast's involvement, it did give the cast massive bargaining power to command greater salaries, which may further bloat out the budget. Now this is an issue given the box office disappointment of Beyond, and actor Chris Pine's recent declaration that he hopes Star Trek IV will be a low-budget affair that doesn't need to make $1 billion in order to succeed. And to be fair, Pine is absolutely right to want this, but it's tough to imagine studio executives agreeing, and so it's entirely possible that Star Trek IV ends up another over-budgeted Trek movie desperately chasing the Marvel crowd, rather than just doing its own thing. Number 8, Madam Webb. Sony has had a Madam Webb movie in development for several years now, and back in February they confirmed that Dakota Johnson would be playing the lead role, with Euphoria star Sydney Sweeney set to co-star. With a July 7, 2023 release date, shooting will begin imminently under veteran TV director S.J. Clarkson, whose work you might remember from Dexter, Jessica Jones, and Succession to name a few, and as fine as this all sounds, there is one big elephant in the room, the script, and that's because Madam Webb has been penned by Matt Sazama and Burke Sharpless, whose credits to date include Dracula Untold, The Last Witch Hunter, Gods of Egypt, and most recently another entry into Sony's Spider-Man universe, Morbius. And considering Morbius's critical and commercial failure, not to mention the reception to each of the writers' prior films, it seems awfully short-sighted to give them the Madam Webb gig if there's any genuine expectation of producing a quality superhero movie. Now that might sound harsh, but these guys are genuinely shaping up to be a more modern Alex Kurtzman and Roberto Orci. They're on that level. While shooting hasn't yet started, the pre-production process is is surely too far along for anything to be done about the script, and so it's impossible to go into Madam Webb with anything but low expectations. Number 7. Rogue Squadron. In 2020, Disney announced that a movie based on Star Wars' Rogue Squadron books and video games was in the works, with Wonder Woman director Patty Jenkins hired to helm the project for a December 22, 2023 release date. Though last June, Jenkins stated that the script was almost finished, a few months later in November, it was reported that the film's planned 2022 shooting date had been pushed back, allegedly due to Jenkins' busy schedule. Last month, however, Disney reiterated their intent for Rogue Squadron to release in December 2023, a claim that's become increasingly difficult to believe, given that shooting hasn't started. While Jenkins is also working on Wonder Woman 3 no less, it doesn't seem likely the 2023 date will stick. There have also been industry rumors that the production delay was actually due to creative differences between Jenkins and Lucasfilm, that Jenkins had apparently pushed back against Lucasfilm's committee-driven writing approach. As a result, some are expecting Jenkins to soon leave the project, with her replacement in the director's chair perhaps being announced as soon as the impending Star Wars celebration. Number 6. The untitled Billy Joel biopic. Music biopics are all the rage at the moment. Audiences seem to love them, the Academy Awards seem to love them, so it's no surprise that there's a whole range of jukebox-style musicals in production. And of all the musical greats, an artist like Billy Joel is more than a worthy candidate to get the big screen treatment. The only issue with the upcoming untitled Billy Joel biopic, however, is that it actually doesn't have the rights to the Billy Joel story. Consequently, don't expect to hear any Billy Joel songs, see Billy Joel's likeness, or even have access to Billy Joel's real story in this, let me check my notes here, Billy Joel movie. So yeah, that sounds awesome. That sounds so good. Why studios keep doing this is anyone's guess. I mean, remember Stardust, that unauthorized David Bowie biopic from a few years back? Well, of course you don't, because only nutters like me saw it, and for good reason. It sucked, and it had no reason to exist. As a result, there's a good chance this movie will suffer the same fate. Number 5. Jeepers Creepers Reborn. You couldn't be blamed for having no earthly idea that a fourth Jeepers Creepers film was even in the works. Jeepers Creepers Reborn is a soft reboot of the series, which has no involvement from the original trilogy's writer-director Victor Salva. Reborn wrapped filming way back in February 2021, yet its release date has been stalled due to a lawsuit being filed by production company Myriad Pictures regarding the series' worldwide distribution rights. And it's highly likely that the film's release can't actually happen until this suit has been resolved. And with the trial reportedly not set to begin until January 2024, it's entirely possible Reborn ends up sitting on a shelf for a number of years. On the other hand, an out-of-court settlement could remedy the matter more swiftly, but either way, nobody wants to see their movie collecting dust like this. Number 4. Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Marvel Studios is certainly in an unenviable position where Black Panther Wakanda Forever is concerned. As if sky-high expectations weren't enough after the first film became a veritable pop culture phenomenon, lead actor Chadwick Boseman's untimely death understandably changed the course of this sequel entirely. The cast and crew have continually pointed out that they're working to do the actor justice with this story, and that fact we absolutely do not doubt. The project as a whole, though, has suffered through other seemingly tumultuous issues while shooting, if reports are to be believed. First is the issue of actress Letitia Wright, whose character was initially considered the most natural successor for the Black Panther mantle, as the performer's anti-vaccine sentiments on social media and reportedly on set have made her a controversial figure and allegedly been an issue for Marvel. On top of that, there have been multiple confirmations that the script itself has continually been rewritten while filming. During filming, actress Angela Bassett confirmed that she had no idea how the movie would turn out, explaining that she received 5 versions of the script, with a 6th version being sent her way sometime after that interview was over. There's understandably still a lot of faith in Ryan Coogler and Marvel. I mean, I absolutely hope that they pull it off, but any movie being rewritten that late in the game is going to be coming in hot. Number 3. Blonde. Director Andrew Dominik has been trying to get his Marilyn Monroe biopic Blonde made for years. And as with many auteurs struggling to get their movies made under the conventional studio system, he ended up turning to Netflix. The biopic in question, starring Ana de Armas as Monroe, wrapped shooting last July, though its path to release has been a curious one to say the least. For starters, reports emerged that Netflix was shocked when they saw Dominik's first cut of the film, which, far from the more awards-friendly biopic they expected, was actually a sexually graphic, raw drama likely to earn the dreaded NC-17 rating. And though some wondered whether or not Netflix, who are typically hands-off with their filmmakers, would force the director to re-edit the film into a more palatable R-rated package, the film's NC-17 rating was indeed recently confirmed. The director added that the film will probably quote-unquote offend everyone, which suggests Blonde is either going to be an ultra-niche biopic beloved only by cinephiles, or a massively divisive and polarizing movie that's basically a huge mess. Number 2. Fast X. While the Fast and Furious movies are undeniably massive blockbuster productions, Vin Diesel has done a great job of selling the huge ensemble cast as a family. And that certainly includes director Justin Lin, who has helmed 5 of the series' entries to date. Lin was set to return to film the 10th and 11th installments, though just a week into shooting Fast X, he shockingly left the production due to creative differences. In the days that followed, it emerged that Lin clashed with star producer Diesel over script rewrites, location changes, and other fluid aspects of the shoot not being locked down yet. The director's exit cost Universal $1 million per day to keep the cast and crew paid as they sought a replacement, who eventually turned out to be Louis Leterrier, who has directed The Incredible Hulk and The Dark Crystal: Age of Resistance. It's not exactly an encouraging sign of the script's quality or the atmosphere on set when Lin, arguably the man most responsible for the series' blockbuster success, decided to quit. Furthermore, with the new director having little time to actually prepare before joining the shoot, it's probably reasonable to expect Fast X to be a seat-of-the-pants mess, especially if rumors of Diesel's dictatorial behavior on set are to be believed. While there's virtually no chance that this 10th Fast and Furious movie is a box office bomb, don't be shocked if it's total chaos from a storytelling and filmmaking perspective. Number 1. Disenchanted. Though belated comedy sequels are rarely any good, it's easy to be optimistic about Disenchanted, the follow-up to 2007's charming fantasy musical rom-com Enchanted, which was a major critical and commercial success. Disenchanted reunites most of the original's ensemble cast, while Adam Shankman handles directing duties, yet rather than release theatrically, Disney has chosen to produce this film for Disney+. Even so, with the talent attached, there was little reason to be skeptical, well, at least until word started trickling out about the film's alarming test screenings. Reliable leaker Viewer Anon reported earlier this year that the early response isn't positive, and that a contact who's seen the film said it was, quote, looking and feeling like a Disney Channel movie, end quote. Tellingly, the film underwent reshoots just last month in an apparent response to the test screenings, and while streaming services have certainly proven that they can be a ripe home for cinema-caliber entertainment, in the case of Disenchanted, it seems sensible to not expect too much. So that's our list. I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you think these films will turn it around and result in great movies, or do you think they'll go the way of Justice League? Let us know, and while you're down there, can you please give us a like, share, subscribe, and head over to whatculture.com for more lists and news like this every single day. Even if you don't though, I've been Josh, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.